Did somebody ask, could you do chicken and waffles on a kettle? No problem. You gotta check this out.
Joseph-Que chapter here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start by taking the backbone out of this chicken here. Around, take your thighs. Cut those right off. Wings. Cut those off. And I like to break this guy in half, right through the bone. Make some buttermilk. I'm going to use this to brine the chicken. And of course, what we're doing is we're adding a little bit of our poultry powder to this. Let's take the leg off of the thigh here. All nice and mixed around there. Chicken pieces in there. They're all nice and coated. And now you're gonna let these sit and brine for a bit. We're gonna make a little seasoned flour here. And what we're doing is we're taking our poultry powder and we're just adding a good amount of this to some all-purpose flour. And our poultry flour is heavy in cumin. Got some black pepper in there, garlic. The good stuff. Just gonna give that a nice good mix. We're gonna go from wet to dry, back to wet again. So, let's take this, your chicken pieces, give it a little flipperoo in here. Flip there, make sure it's nice and coated, shake off the excess, put it on a drying rack. Do the same thing with your next piece. Shake it off. All right, let's go back and redip it to the buttermilk, back into the flour. Shake off the excess and put it back. Here we can add our pieces of chicken to the indirect side, and we're gonna bring our kettle up to about 400 degrees. Kettle fried. All right, let's go ahead and see how this chicken looks. Now that our chicken is starting to harden up a bit, we're gonna add a little canola oil. We're gonna get going on these Belgian style waffles. That's right. What makes these unique is that we're gonna be using a yeast, and we're also gonna be using something called pearled sugar. These are essentially what it sounds like, sugar pearls. Gonna get folded into the mix, and it's gonna make these have a crunchy and savory and sugary flavor at the same time. What we're gonna do is we're gonna take some milk, about 3/4 cup here, add our sugar to this milk. And there's about 2 tablespoons in here. And what this is gonna do is the yeast is gonna feed on that sugar. And then we're gonna let that mixture sit for about 5 minutes or so and let that yeast activate. All right, so as you can see, the yeast mixture here has started to foam up. I'm also gonna add some butter that we melted. And we're also going to add 2 eggs. Then you're going to take your fancy ass mixcolator here. And you're going to give it a fine whisk here. Now to this, we're going to add a little bit of vanilla. A couple teaspoons in there. This is 3 cups of flour right here. And lastly, we throw in our salt. Like so. So your mixture comes together nice. And then mix that in gently. And let it sit a couple hours in a warm location. At least 30 minutes. All right. So our dough's been resting a bit. And this is the consistency we got after we got a little rise there from our yeast. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna add in our pearled sugar. And it's gonna give you a bunch of little crunchy bits in there. They're gonna taste nice and sweet. And this is really the trademark of the Belgian waffle is really all about. Let's get it for him. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna make us a sauce to go with our chicken and waffles. All right, what we're gonna do, we're gonna add a couple tablespoons here of butter. And let that melt down. To that butter, some fresh maple syrup. 100% pure maple syrup. Now we're gonna add our secret ingredient here. Good old shot or two of your favorite bourbon. Yeah, take a look at this. Who says you can't do fried chicken on the grill? All right, let's give this chicken a try here.
So the next time you're looking for a recipe for your pit, check out BBQPitBoys.com.